Good morning. January 7th. We are 1 week. We are 1 week into 2026. There's only 51 weeks left. That's amazing. Jersey, Jan, good morning. David, a girl in the house. Yeah, like I say, I'll come on, from 7:55 to 8:05. 97.1% of the time. Constance June. Good morning. Tony Hoban, the one and only. K Nani. Good morning. I think it's going to be a decent day weather-wise. Um, my baby's here. I am so excited. I can't even see straight. Tomorrow, um, on my way to Clearwater to be with my baby and protest. It's going to be awesome. Cannot wait. Uh, Janet from another planet. I am so stoked. Um, yeah, I mean, couldn't be happier, couldn't be in a better place, couldn't be happier. Protests never been better. Never things have never been better. Nothing. It's I'm so excited. It's just incredible. Um, the positivity is fantastic. We have such an amazing family. Um, James. Uh, so fun to be in. Like we've gone through so much, and we didn't know what we were doing in this whole field, and like I have a couple of years behind me now, in this come the end of March. Um, and now, like I said, we're all safe. We I know I shouldn't have even, it was too easy. See, the whole reason I did what I did, everything I said was true, but the reason I did what I did with Nora the narcissist was to make her go all Darvo like she did yesterday. That was hysterical, and to prove I can control her. I am her puppet master. I can make her do anything I want. Her entire goal, along with Booze, Belly, Belly, and the rest of them idiots, was to, oh, Raider's not important. He doesn't matter. Who cares? Blah, blah, blah. That's always been their wannabe flow when they know I'm 100 times more important than they are in this actual movement. 100 times. They are literally here to screw it up. I'm actually here to fight Scientology. Okay. Um, so I knew after she ignored my first salvo, as sure as she would cave to a chili cheeseburger, okay, you knew there was no way she could keep that huge craw of hers shut. Okay. Um, there's no way. So and it was and it was right after my stream. And then she's such a nincompoop. She's so witless that of course you know she's gonna take your stream and then sentence by sentence dissect it, right? So I just yanked it. And she tried to let her people know, the 6 people that are actually watching, the rest are all bots. But the 6 people actually there that aren't OSA, she wanted them to know, oh, that's, yeah, he erased it, he deleted it. That's what she said. She's that stupid. We're not talking about a Rhodes Scholar here. This is an idiot, okay? Witless idiot. Um, so immediately, I just pulled it. So when she went to push play, there's nothing there. And then she didn't know what to say because she's stupid. And, but yes, I still have them and I'll put them back up whenever I feel like it. This just irritates her. That's why I did it. And then she was trying to do the same thing with one of Marilyn's, and then she pulled it right while she was trying to do it. You know, is it okay? Is it fair or okay or a good look to play with the unhinged like that? Not really. And I know I'm not getting any kudos for it to speak of because it's child's play. It's fish in a barrel. It's distended fish in a barrel. Okay. Um, you know. Um, and I knew Osa would do this, okay? Her parents are Osa, and the fruit doesn't fall far from the tree. She's 100% pro Scientology. I said this a year ago. 1 year ago. Go look at my posts. 1 year ago. Not yesterday, okay? I told you who all the pro Scientologists were a year ago. Okay. Um, so we know who's who, and again, and plus everything's perfect because we don't have to worry about good people being taken by these scumbag idiots. It's only the people who don't like us. That's it. That's it. They're never going to give to us anyway, right? So what do I care? OSA can give all the money they want to whoever they want. What do I care? It doesn't affect me in the slightest. Does nothing. Nothing. Means nothing. Doesn't do anything to me. Has nothing to do with me. So, and I also know how stuff works. The reason her views are zilch, I mean, absolutely nothing. Yet you see 400, 500 people in chat. It's because that's not what's in chat. That's OSA. Park and sock accounts. That's all they do. So 10 people, a team of 10 people with ease and within minutes can put 500 people in your thing. And when you notice, like I said, anyone feel free to take a look, okay? Or you can just take my word for it, which would be a lot smarter. But you'll see, you've seen the names. If you've been here for a couple of years, without paying any attention to what any of them say, you've just seen so many names. The people that give money are recognizable most of the time. Okay? And when one after the next is Rex 75W2, Vixen 3FWW, these are all BS accounts. And then you go to their channel, of course there's no content. Of course. Okay? And they're not idiots. They have some that are new and some that are a year, some that are 5 years. The easiest thing to think of, they do. They eventually get it. Okay? But here's what OSA doesn't get is they're already talking to themselves. It's already she's not reaching anybody who makes any difference to the anti-Scientology movement by just stirring up chaos like the narcissistic total moron that she is. All she does is create people waiting, for drama, but it never comes. Okay, it never comes. Just it's impossible to get. It's always tune in tomorrow for part 62 where we really go after it. And then even the dumbest person around is like, man, they're not getting after anything. This is ridiculous. The most evil guy in the world is holding a sign that says honk if it's a cult because the place destroyed him and his family, I mean, tried to. And so it's like, we're getting attention on the fact that people we're letting and he's getting 55, 65, 75, thousand eyeballs. And on that makes me feel absolutely wonderful because those eyeballs come from everywhere. Absolutely everywhere. And I'm in that chat all the time and I see how many people are brand new. Okay? When when everyone in your chat is a member or a mod, you don't have any fans. You don't have anybody. There's nobody left. Okay. Um, all I ever cared about was getting the eyeballs that matter. That's why I don't care how exclusive this is. I ban 50 people a day. I mean, it's incredible. How we ever get more than 10 people in chat is a miracle. I don't even know how. Okay. This is the most exclusive chat ever. Okay. Because I only want to reach the people that matter. So everything's different with mine. But, and I know how to actually build a channel and I know how to get eyeballs on my channel. Okay. And that's all I ever wanted to do was get people to come to the channel. They see what I'm about. If they don't like it, they never come back. Great. What do I care? But as long as they see, Scientology abuses children or they read the about section on me, you cannot peruse my channel and not know what I think about Scientology instantly. Okay. If you go any further, I'm thrilled. Okay. I'm thrilled. Don't get me wrong. I'm thrilled. But all I cared about, just like a flyer, is would someone read it and then keep walking? I like to think 1 out of 10 people read a flyer. I'm sure it's not that high. Okay. But I think they'll focus on it enough to identify the message. Okay. So they might not read, Tom Cruise equals barf, but they saw Scientology abuses children. Okay. I'm done. Perfect. Because like I said, the reason I fight Scientology it's a PR war, not the reason why. What I do, it's a PR war. It's the only way you can fight them. Okay, people who eat way too much will tell you other things, but the only way you can fight them is PR. Okay, and the good news is their PR couldn't be worse, and almost everybody knows they suck, right? But if you can't say why they suck, it doesn't make any difference what you feel. Okay. And I remember when I was in and I would see that a protester couldn't answer the simplest question. Do you even know what Scientology is? Do you have any idea what we do? Like those kind of things. When they couldn't even say anything, it was just another golf pencil. You paid it no mind. Screaming at the side of a building, calling a senior citizen, a female senior citizen, the C word right to her face as she tries to eat a yogurt, and then telling her to get in her hole. These I don't know. That's not protesting to me. I don't know what that is. Okay, it's asinine. It's a hate group. No Receipts Rika yelled at a 70-plus-year-old Sea Org member, screamed to his face, called him the BIT itch word, over and over, right to his face. You're a bitch, you're a blah, 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 blah. Over and over to his face. Wished cancer upon him. It was the most disgusting thing I'd ever seen. What does that have to do with protesting Scientology? I have never had a problem with Scientologists. That's not what I'm here to do. I don't care. I really don't care. Okay, how can I be mad at us? I was one, right? Of course, I was born in. I had no damn choice. But still, that's not who I'm upset with. I'm upset with the Fugazi religion itself, with the cult itself. And I know what it can do. Okay. And I know it was important for me to be here because a lot of people just don't know, right? I love Tori, but she thought that she told me there were no child auditors. There are no child auditors. So it didn't make any sense for me to keep talking to her. Okay? And that doesn't mean she's a bad person. She just didn't have any idea. Okay? Obviously. And that's okay. We're all wrong about something, no big deal. But my point is, you ask 12, 15 different people, you're going to get, we're all going to see things differently. And that's why it's so valuable to have all those stories. And we reach that many more people. So, but, she is 100% anti-Scientology, period. Even if she platforms people who tried to destroy us, she doesn't know and she doesn't care. She doesn't spend 1 minute in any of that, which seems like, oh, that's a great thing and it's above the fray, but it's also dumb because then you end up platforming people who are literally meaningless, absolutely worthless, absolute liars and horrible, absolute shit people from the soul. Shit people. Okay. And so now I knew there was going to be tons of this. I just didn't know where or when it was going to come or from who. Like now I got it. I get it. We get it. And none of it means anything. None of it. Okay. Of course, if you do illegal things like Narcissist Nora did, she literally pointed out Cheryl's address. So it was not by any stretch an accident. And then after Cheryl told her, and of course we have the record of it, told her that this is what the case was, she never erased it. So it cannot be unintentional. Okay? And then, because again, she thinks she's clever when she's so dumb. She made a short, which is just another way to dox you. Oh, by the way, someone said I doxed them. Okay, and all I did was go to this document, which you can get by coming to here and putting in these words and then going to this page and you'll see it right here. That doesn't look good. Doesn't look good. Okay, and by the way, this is just to help Nora the narcissist. And I'm only going to tell you this one time, okay? One time. One time. I'll never bring it up again. And this is literally to help you. Because I know you're trying to act. You're a horrible actress. Just awful. Okay, but remember when you tried to do the wannabe Britney deal? Okay? Of course, you just gave yourself a short haircut. It wasn't even short enough to join the military, but it gave you the opportunity to remember the first 5 minutes of that? I have it. You erased it. Not erased it. You privatized it for good reason. But remember the first 5 minutes where you're like this? You don't say a single word for 5 minutes and you just do that. So you want people to believe, oh my God, what is she doing? What's she doing? And he hadn't grabbed the razor yet, so we didn't know if you were just going to, try to do something, anything you were going to do was going to be horrific, obviously, because you were in a tank top and it was, oh my God. But you wanted people to believe that this was, you reached the edge. All because of a an immaterial civil matter. An RO from somebody from another state. that honest to God is, you guys had never ever even been next to each other. Ever. And live 1,100 miles apart. It's a Zoom call. It's free. You idiot. And you go, yellow. And then you tell the judge, yeah, I'm the misshapen one. Yes, this is Miss Distension. What can I do for you? Well, yeah, we have someone who wants an RO against you because of your malodorous malevolence. Okay. So, what? Well, of course I'm going to deny it because this is ridiculous. Do you ever make it down to his house? I don't even know where he lives. Okay, has he ever been to your house? I don't know. I don't think so. Done. Boom, boom, out. She tried to raise $50,000. $50,000. Thankfully, she only got to about 1,300 before it petered out. And then even though she did 3 shows trying to promote it, didn't get another dollar for like 9 days. Okay. And then it was more of the anonymous donations, just like all the rest of them were. And then when she redid it to give, send, go, it was all the anonymous once again. Isn't that interesting? So, but that is how you make money in this, is by raising money for attorneys. Okay. And for nonsense, absolute nonsense. And so she was still able to probably pocket half of what, I don't even know how you get an attorney for that. It's so funny. But uh yeah, so she came completely unglued because of an immaterial civil matter. And let's say, for instance, let's say that an RO was retrieved. She's an unemployable, unhinged lunatic working from home. Who cares? If she ends up having to try to get another job and beg her way back into becoming a barista or whatever, she knows she'll get fired in minutes. No one will ever allow her to work again. She's made way too many enemies. So she'll never be able to have a real job ever. Okay? So she has to make this work, but it's not going to for long. There's an expiration date on it, especially when we stop talking about her. Okay? But like the legal matters, well, that's the kind of thing there's going to be no way to hide. Okay? Um, but yeah, here's this is my thing to help narcissist Nora. Okay? She has so many hours. This is what happens to the unhinged. When you do 6, 7, 8 hours a day in that vibration that you create, because it's not even personal, it's not even real. She doesn't even know Aaron. She knew of him for 7 months. Okay? And then they never were in person, nothing to do anything. It was just some protesting. And she, of course, was kissing Aaron's ass and saying he was the greatest thing ever, because she was hoping to get her channel going. And she thought anyone could do it because she'd been trying so long. But she should have known, when you try that long and it doesn't work, it's not for you. Okay? Just because you can just vomit nonsense for hours and hours and hours, you're only going to reach the lowest common denominator, which is what you're trying to get. I get that. But it doesn't amount to anything. Okay? And you're never going to you won't be able to keep getting the money when they see you can't get our attention. You just are worthless at that point. So you can go ahead and make fun, do whatever you want while we are actually protesting Scientology. You can attack those of us that do all day, all night. Everyone knows where this is now. No one's who's good is ever going to help you again. Okay, that's never going to happen. So but again, all the hours, you don't realize how many hours you have of being completely unhinged, not upset, not hurt, whatever. I'm talking about blue vein in your forehead, unhinged, and your wannabe Britney poser BS stream that you're using to farm up sympathy because you couldn't even get anyone to watch. Okay, your last stream before you went crazy, re-upped on AA Run was, and everyone can go look at it right now if she doesn't hide it. She mentions Epstein in capital letters, Trump in capital letters, and somebody else, and 9 exclamation points. She got 220 views. That ain't good. Okay, she cannot possibly make $3-4 on a stream. Impossible. Covering public works phone calls. No one cares. Nobody. Okay. So there's an expiration date that's really close. But all the time that is on video showing that, and you're in a state where you need to be really, really careful. It ain't like there's a lot of states where, this wouldn't be the case. Oregon is one of the absolute states you don't want to do what she is doing if you have children. Okay? And I'm not joking. This is not a joke. Look it up. The CPS in Oregon, they will, if they see a pattern of an adult who can't seem to remain hinged, if children rely on you, okay, they're going to look at that as endangerment. So do yourself a favor. If you're feeling yourself completely uncontrollable, you're going goo-goo again, or you feel like you need to scream in order to get some views, or, which isn't working. Your views just keep going down. And don't. Think of your kids, okay? Think of your kids. I mean, I say that with no joking at all. Anyone in Oregon, CPS, if they even followed you the last 6 months, you'd get a visit. I promise this. And that assessment would never be good because the endangerment is proven by you being unhinged. And it's not like, like I said, there's allotments for human behavior, okay? If you walk in a place and you see, it just got robbed, or you walk in a place and you see someone that has passed away, or if you walk in a place and it's like there's a ton of things that can trigger people where they go bananas for a half hour or a day or whatever. Okay, you never get any heat for that. We're talking about Aaron. We're talking about 10 months. 10 months of misrepresenting everything possible to make people think something happened that didn't happen. So, and saying self-professed, like everything has a whole asterisk and an explanation, always. Nothing can stand on its own. She has to give a whole explanation because it's all BS, and we know that. Otherwise, there's no explanation needed. Just like I said, every last ex-Scientologist knows every word in any of those OSA hate deals is real as a North Korean POW video. They give you the script. The people who ran it and wrote the scripts have told us this much. Okay? And it's pretty damn obvious. To platform and promote as truth anything from OSA, there's no coming back from that. No. And she knows that. With anyone who's truly anti-Scientology, she's now right next to golf pencil forever. Forever. Everyone knows they are pro-Scientologist, and that's all they have ever been. They're here to make money. That's it. Okay? But it gets really, really hard to do when you're boring, repetitious. Okay? She's down to reading transcripts. Ugh. Tune in tomorrow while I read a transcript. I read 6 words and then I do a 20-minute TED Talk. And at the end of every run-on sentence, I throw some non sequitur, jim jam, bubble dibble, gibble gobble at the end of it, and it's supposed to be cute. And I just keep putting the fatter I get, the closer I put the camera to my fucking face. So yes, I know it's shooting fish in a barrel. I should stop. Okay. But it's just so easy. It's just so easy. I'm so unimportant that she immediately tried to address every point I made. She wanted to go point by point. Right. Listen, there's nothing even remote. She's not even good at it. Like, you know how like um a scientist, right? Um can talk about, a gorilla hanging from a cliff with his tail tied to a daisy and make it make sense. But we all know it's not true. Okay? And who's even going to listen to that explanation? So when she tries to say, well, no, this is the one time Osa was telling the truth, it's over. Okay? We know who's paying her. We know how it works. We know why it's happening. We knew it was going to happen. And it's actually much safer for us and much better for us to see where it's coming from. And Osa knows that too. And that's also why her employment won't be for that much longer, because her effectiveness is just basically zero. If I don't feel like being a puppet master and making her jump. I mean, I literally got her after I yanked the stream. She had nothing to say. Freaking moob. I'm telling that that twisted toad literally got up out of her chair and was doing a silhouette to show us just how violently disgusting she is. Ugh! Okay? I made her do that. Because I said, get a gunt cam in silhouette. Stop effing around. And then, but see, what I love is you guys also see the discipline in her. It's non-existent. Okay? Could you imagine looking like that and then deciding, I know, I need a double cheeseburger, extra Thousand Island, please, heavy mayo, and because wiping it all over her face, and then and some French fries, hopefully steak fries, because they can absorb a hell of grease. Okay, and give me another 8, 9, 10 Cokes, another 70 teaspoons, 80 teaspoons of sugar. Sounds good. So keep in mind too, with that health regimen, and she's only 49. I know she looks 60, but 49. Okay. So with that kind of, when your body's in that kind of thing and at 49 and she's ignoring everything, you keep yourself in that that crazy place that she is. Because she has to sell it. She can't just say, and then Aaron's a narcissistic abuser, and he's an abusive narcissist. Did I say Darvo? You have to be like, Darvo, blah, 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 Jim, right? You have to just be a complete idiot, just like she does, ooh, ee, She thinks that's entertaining or humorous. I don't know, But anyway, she can't keep an audience with that crap long. And like I said, if she has no one to fight, she has nothing to do. So she can keep reading the transcripts. Okay, and that's great. We're not going to be watching. You think I watched her show on me? Hell no. I yanked it, laughed my balls off, saw her do that disgusto walk, and then I threw up like anyone would. Okay, I haven't watched it. I didn't watch the one she did on my beautiful girl, on my beautiful lady. I didn't watch that. Why would I? Okay. But I can make her do what I want as long as I want. And it was just so fun because she tried so desperately. To be able to hang in there. She couldn't do it, gang. You give Raider 2 days, I'll serve him on a platter. Oh, too funny. Oh my God. So we're gonna go back to doing what we do, and believe me, when I'm with Cheryl, I have no time for this. Just because I'm so awesome that I actually had a few minutes to do stuff. That's why I went ahead and boinked her on the head. That's why I rested my nuts on her forehead. Okay. It's fun to ask people like her those kind of questions, like if my balls were on your chin, where would my cock be? What the hell? What are you talking about? So anyway, she's disgusting. She's vile. She's gross. Okay. I'm not going to watch her. No one cares. Now, if she does something illegal, we're going to find out because people will send it to us, right? And we'll happily bust her ass if we feel like it, whenever we feel like it. But she's that unimportant. And the truth is, when we show you how to actually ignore people, which is coming up, you're going to see. It'll be impossible. They'll put every bot they can in there. They'll go, but she'll know. And the pressure is on, son. Because if we don't react with you, you have no value to them. None. There goes the money. We already know nobody watches your actual programming. Okay? Remember when she thought she was going to just veer off and do Muslim stuff? She's like, I'll be the new... And she got 400 views, 600 views for the Muslim bullshit show that she did. Why would anyone who wants to know about Muslims tune into an unhinged ex-Scientologist who's actually still a Scientologist, but at the time, she was able to promote that. Why would anyone who wants to learn about Muslim anything tune into a pro-Scientologist, let alone a misshapen one? So, point is, it's too easy. It's fish in a barrel. But I do mean that desperately about Oregon CPS and acting a fool. That is 100% endangerment in their eyes. So you can explain it to them if you keep that crap up. Because sooner or later, word gets out. And boy, oh boy, that is not something you want anyone in Oregon having to do. Oregon and California, two places you don't want to be like that. No. Or New York. You do not want to be like that. So hopefully she'll clean that up and she'll take that to heart. Even though it will cost her even more views, which she can't get any as it is without talking about us. She can get no views without mentioning me, Cheryl, or Aaron. None. Because she's not paid to do that. She's only paid to talk about us. So you're going to see every single protest, everything we're involved in, which is actually survivors protesting this cult, she's going to crap on. To people who don't care about us to begin with. That doesn't hurt us. Doesn't matter. So what? She's not going to take any of our support away. And she's not going to, and the people who would support her would never support us. OSA's not going to pay us. Okay? So, again, her demise is total and complete. She will never, ever be able to get a regular job again. Impossible. Impossible. It will cost whoever it is everything, and they'll have to get rid of her. Even if it's a friend. She's that unhinged. Okay? The internet is forever. It is forever. Okay? And only going back on the last 10 months, it wouldn't be hard to put together something that was 10 minutes long that was so graphically unhinged. Boy, there'd be some explaining to do. And when they find out in the interview that it's because someone you don't even know personally, someone you were in the Sea Org with an eon ago for a few months, someone you've never shared a meal with, someone you've never been to their house, nothing. Nothing. Okay? I know him 50 times better than you, and I've known him for, what, a year and a half? And you're going on for 10 months? That's not going to explain it. That's not going to explain it. So, she's between a rock and a hard place and absolute distension. Complete free fall distension. Okay? So yeah. It was fun just to show that I can make her bark anytime I want to, any way I want to. She cannot put up with it. She went ballistic. She went total Darvo yesterday. She was 100% Darvo, head to toe. She's the world's biggest narcissist. Can you imagine talking crap about someone for 10 months? 10 months. Do you know what kind you have to be the biggest narcissist on earth to think that that's even possible to do without being one? I mean, it's fascinating. Okay? But she went total Darvo by her own definition, because her definition, she labels you a narcissist, and then if you ever say anything, it doesn't make any difference what you say. If you say something other than I am not in 100% agreement with what you've said about me, she goes, Darvo! And then she explains it to all of her idiots again. And all the man haters and the people who can't get dates are like, yeah! That doesn't hurt the anti-Scientology movement at all. Okay? And there's not even an in anymore. They used to have an in with asshole face. He's gone now, never to be a part of us again in any way, shape, or form. So guess what? There's absolutely no way to even affect us anymore. So eat our dust. Know that we always laugh at you. Okay? And will we tune in every 3-4 months just to see how fat you got? Of course we're gonna. No one, I would never lie about that. I would never lie about that. I can't stop laughing. Every 3 months when I see Golf Pencil, every 3 months, you know, if you get to see Narcissist Nora, oh my God, they're huge. And like I said, do yourself a big favor. Pretend you care at least. That'll even make it better for you physically. Because like I said, a recipe for an early exit is keeping yourself in that in that vibration all month long, because your money is tied to it. You have to be like rah, 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 rah. And then eventually you're not even going to be able to, like I said, even the people who you know are like, yeah, total idiots, even they know they're supporting someone who platformed and promoted OSA sites. Are you okay with that, Susan P? Are you okay with that, Yadira? Literally, are you okay with that? Email me and tell me you're okay with that. You hate Aaron so much, you've believed all these lies and misrepresentations so much that you actually think that promoting OSA's own hate sites is okay with you now, when you came here to support the survivors of this cult. Be ashamed of yourself. If you're okay with that, shame on you. And I absolutely misread you. Okay? But like I say, outside of those two people, there's no one over there who's not an imbecile. So who cares? So, you know, I'm always going to do whatever the hell I want. But while I'm with Cheryl, especially, I could be holding her and loving her, or thinking about this malodorous, malignant narcissist. What do you think it makes more sense? So, you know, she can just keep sitting further and further from away from the desk or table while she puts her face closer and closer to the camera. I don't give a crap. Okay? But she is worthless, Osa. I'm talking to you, and you know this. As soon as we stop playing with her, she's got nothing. She's gonna read transcripts. She's gonna tell the same people every day. And what that's gonna do to her on a bunch of different levels is gonna be horrific. And for next to no money. It's hysterical. Go out and get a job, you know? Well, I mean, you know, you're not capable. And of course, that's not even an option anymore. With what you've done, no one would allow you to work anywhere. Impossible. But yeah, I think that covers it. So let me see what you guys are saying here. Oh yeah, George is so awesome. How much do you love George? I mean, come on. Let's get some hearts for George. He made her. He just toyed with her. And she's been attacking Aaron for 10 months or a year, and she's like, it's not attacking. It's just saying the truth. Well, how come that doesn't apply to what's his name, who was shitting on you for 2 years? Why doesn't that apply? He was attacking me for 2 years. No, he wasn't attacking you. He was just saying obvious things about you daily. ZDT never attacked Nora, not one time, ever, by her own admission. This is Nora doublespeak. This is Nora the narcissist doublespeak. By her own admission, ZDT never, not a single time, has ever attacked Nora the narcissist. Never. He was just sharing information that was true to him. That's it. You might say some of the stuff was untrue because you didn't hear his explanation. If you mention something, he'll be able to explain his way out of it, no problem. Give him the talk, give him the chance. Go, hey, well, what about this? He'll be able to explain it just like you do. Absolute nonsense. Okay? So, but you cried about it. And you did a whole Britney thing to try to get some sympathy farming going. Okay? But next time you're going to sympathy farm, put more clothes on. Hell's wrong with you? Good God, man. Nora went totally Darvo yesterday. Like, I'm already bored with it. I've only used it once. Okay? She's the biggest narcissist in the world. I pointed that out, and then she went totally Darvo yesterday. Now I just got to point out she's a narcissist again? So I can then point out she's Darvo again? Is that what I'm supposed to do? Forget it. It's too boring. Part 7. George says, if calling out her BS in real time is trolling, I guess so. Guilty, Your Honor. But maybe this is how we're going to know how good 2026 is. Because golf pencil and Darvo breath, vomit crotch, they're not going to be part of it. And if they are, that just means we won 100%. It's already over. Because none of us are going to even remember these idiots. So if we'll know how intense OSA is about stopping this by how quickly they replace these two idiots with some new people. I say, mark my words, I say a new person's a coming. And they're going to be the most likable person ever, da-da-da-da-da-da. And then they're going to turn and start attacking everybody. And, we know how it goes from there. But this time, we're just going to point and laugh and go, oh, nice try, idiot. Thanks for holding up the sign that says Scientology sucks for 5 months, trying to earn our trust, moron. And then we'll just keep on moving on. Okay? So, the problem that OSA has is they cannot protest Scientology for any real length of time outside of trying to earn some trust. They can't do it. Okay? It can't be justified. And so you end up with people who only have one job to do. And when you notice they don't do any other job, then you know it's not real. It's propaganda. if you're not reaching any new people, which she isn't, okay? I mean, it's the most embarrassing thing to have 13,500 subs and then start a new channel and get 2,300 is the most embarrassing thing I've ever seen. It's incredible. I mean, that tells you all you need to know. 85% of your audience is like, get out of here. So, it won't matter how many rebrands, blah, blah, blah. It just doesn't matter. You know, she was never going to cover true crime. Are you kidding me? We already got Rabbit. She's as good as it gets. And there's other channels too that are good. Hers is horrible. She's horrible. Horrible. How can you put Epstein and Trump in capital letters and 9 exclamation points and get 220 views? That's incredible. It's like impossible. It's impossible. She did it. Okay? And now we're supposed to believe there's 500 in her chat. Yeah, oh, so we get it. We believe you. For sure. Okay. Right. So, yeah. They got to go get some new people. I'm going to be having too much fun protesting a horrible cult with someone I love dearly, and I can't wait. And the people who wanted to sit there and fester in their big bowl of hate, go right ahead. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care what happens to you, okay? But I am quite certain something not good will. And it ain't going to be that far in the future. It ain't that far, okay? And like I said, I've never been happier. I don't think we've ever been in a better spot than we are now. It's just a wonderful, wonderful place we're in. Couldn't be happier. So, and thank you guys for being here and listening and understanding. Oh, let me look to see what else you guys said. I didn't really do a good job of that. Hold on. When you're on a hate live for 6 hours. Anna from Canada. Yeah, you see those pictures Marilyn put up last night? They're trying to have a phone conversation. But, I mean, Marilyn, God bless her, you know, our beautiful mama bear, she's so patient, and she hung in there best she could. And you see, each one's a new unit of time, a new picture, because there's a different reaction on Marilyn's face. But every time Nora the narcissist is just stuffing her face. And then finally, Marilyn's just like, man, enough of it. I gotta go. You know, and that's the kind of bad faith you deal in. You know, when you deal with them, and that's why we'll never deal with them in any way, shape, or form. And they need us to survive. We don't need them for anything. Nothing. You're just fun to slap around for a minute and literally make fun of. Okay, she'll be like, "Oh, see, slap her around, you idiot." It's like I could even write her spiel for her beforehand by what I say. She's so bad at this. You know, flippity, shut the fuck uppity, you idiot. Okay. Yeah, but you saw Marilyn finally her patience ran out. She's just like, I gotta go. What do you gotta say? She's like, blah, 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 blah. Oh my God. Lori Marie, I love you. I mean, she's down to reading our chats and transcripts for material. All she's going to do is give us more audience. It's hysterical. I mean, if anyone who's good, we're not going to get the bots and we're not going to get OSA, but the 6 or 7 people she'll reach next month that are new, they're just going to come to us. Yep, she has to feed her hate. Yeah, it was just so fun to make her look like an idiot. And she tried to tell people, he deleted it. No, I didn't. You disgusting, disgusting toad. She knows I didn't. But it just made her look stupid because then she's like, what do I know? SPD, good morning. Can't wait to give you a hug. Peaceful Dragon. She's not a good advertisement for those shots. Hell no. She's not a good advertisement for anything, quite frankly. But I hope she does take the one serious thing I said to heart, though, because she is in the wrong state for that BS. And even the way she would react during and after the interview would bury her, because she couldn't keep her fat trap shut. How dare you? And this, it'd be something to behold, and that would actually be the cherry on the. That's what would do it. So, hopefully, she takes that seriously. But George, see, George says, here's the truth. And he explains, okay, the Luigi's reached out to Aaron for his help in getting their message out. Aaron didn't create that horrific poster. I came up with the design and it was approved by Claudio. That's not going to stop her from lying. The truth has nothing to do with what she says. Nothing. She'll say something, and then when you bust her on it, it gives her a reason to go, no, this is what happened, see, because, and that's why. Anyone can do that with anything. She thinks it's clever. Her audience knows better. So what happens is you attract the lowest common denominator. Those aren't normally Rhodes Scholars, birds of a feather, and then you end up with just, like everyone in my chat, amazing people, incredible people, okay? People you'd be absolutely super proud to call a friend, okay? You see none of them at any of those a-holes places, okay? You don't see them anywhere of those places. You don't. Oh my God, Night Skyfire. Can you imagine how bored the people that are actually in the chat are? Yeah, I know. And like I said, people with 1.5 million subs will have 7, 8, 900 people in chat. And they'll have, 75,000 views. She's the only Golf Pencil, Nora the Narcissist, and every other OSA employee. They're the only times that anyone's ever had 3, 4, 500 people in chat and then have 2,400 views, 1,200 views, 1,700 views, 3,200 views. It's impossible. It's actually impossible. I mean, unless it's Fugazi, which it is. I mean, no one even cared enough. Her own sycophants didn't care enough to sub. But we're supposed to believe there's 500 people in chat. Gotcha. Man, you guys are funny. uh, yeah, see, me again got it. Me again knows. Did I talk to me again about this before she wrote this? No. She says, of course she did. This is about her doing the short to act like to explain away um, her doxing because she actually pointed to it during the actual thing, so to make sure you saw it. And after being told about it, didn't get rid of it. So that makes it absolutely obvious it's intentional. That's simple. So, and whether YouTube figures something is good or bad has nothing to do with the legality of it either. That's just YouTube's TOS. Um, but yeah, me again says, of course she did. She then did a short on how to find it, just in case someone didn't want to sit through 5 hours of insane rantings, or if it was taken down like it was. She did a short on how to find it. Just disgusting. And that's who we're dealing with. So of course, these are the only things they can do. Okay, they can't do anything else. And I wanted to show you how easy it was. Okay, to puppet master these fools. And she is literally slow. I mean, really sincerely slow. But she's probably the sharpest marshmallow in her entire community of idiots. Okay. Um, so yeah, Osa is screwed. It is victory. I am saying, just like Miscavige in '92, the war is over. Okay. The pro Scientologists are dead. They're dead. They have no power. Do whatever you want to do. We don't care. We don't care. Our community's here and they have our back. Do whatever you want to do. We'll be here. But we'll be ignoring your ass because you're boring and you're just not worth it. And if you were good enough and to make it entertaining for me, like if you were 19 times better at this, you would actually, I'm not going to lie, I would stick around for a couple of weeks just to, make people die laughing at you. But you're not even worth that. Okay? So, because you're just no good at this. Flippity. This is not your Jim Jam. Okay? Getting fat is. That's your Jim Jam. Okay? Yeah, she also has a short telling her supporters to contact Cheryl and the other women that support Aaron. That doesn't bode well either. Constance, in my opinion, she knew what she was doing, showing the address. Of course, she was going to hide behind the public part of it. If that was the case, I could just go, I could get her, I could literally show her court paper right now with her home address on it. I could do it right now. And just say it's public. That's not how it works. It's not how it works. Rennigan, Tori only speaks to her experience in Scientology. I'm sure she did not witness some of the nasty underbelly. I'll say it again so I'm super, super clear, okay? I don't have any issue with Tori. And I know she says what she believes to be true. So I didn't take it as an affront, but it shows me that she doesn't know. Simple. That's all. If she knew, she wouldn't say that. She scrolled past Cheryl's address, then scrolled back to display it. On the same live, she says, I need to be careful not to show Aaron's address. So she knew exactly what she was doing to Cheryl. That's George Massey's post. 100% George. Me again. Anyone could look up public records on anyone, but putting that info online after saying contact that person is doxing, and it's not only illegal, it's disgusting. Of course. Ren again. Eric, have you considered writing a book about all your experiences? Uh, like I say, I spend about as much time in this whole thing, the bad parts, as I really need or want to. I feel like my time is best spent um, creating positivity and enjoying that. Okay. And being around Cheryl, it's like I wouldn't waste. Do you think I'm not going to hug her and watch the sun go down? Or am I going to talk to some distended narcissist in the midst of a Darvo disaster, Darvonic disaster? What do you think I'm going to do? Okay. And like I said, it's so easy and it's fun because as I do that, I actually destroy her. They will not pay if you can't engage because they know you're reaching nobody. What, you think saying the same thing to the same people's worth any money? It ain't worth anything. Your ability to reach new people. That's why, that's why Golf Pencil, when he came in, went right to, sucking up to Good and Paul Medessa and, Aaron, and was just, while during the infiltration, was sucking in, trying to get all the shine from everyone else to get subs, right? Um, this is, now we're 2 years later. There's nobody left. I mean, even Ashley, the one person he could count on no matter what, they're not even on the same page anymore. I mean, he's down to like two. It's a joke. It's an absolute joke. Okay. Um, and we don't care. Totally meaningless. Totally meaningless. Um, yeah. So you're gonna see us protesting as always and getting the word out and doing the work. Okay, letting people know, and that's in as far as like the my experiences. That's really what I'm using this channel for, Rennie. So it's like, will that day one day come? Sure, maybe. I don't know. Probably not. Um, um. Oh, Marcy, Tori has changed her stance on that. Okay, I wasn't aware of that. But my point is, I don't hold it against somebody if they say something I know isn't true, because to them, that's what it was. Tori wasn't lying to me. She was telling me her reality, right? And if you don't know, you don't know. You know? Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Lori Marie, Eric can always write a book about the sharpest marshmallow. Hi, hey, Kenny. Nice to see you, my friend. Anna from Canada. Oh, that's so funny. Oh God, that's so funny. So yeah, like I said, I know there's no end game with these idiots. It's like I said, I mean, it's fun to show how hapless they are, to demonstrate how hapless and ineffective they are. You know, with the greatest of ease. You know, able to get her freaked out and do an hour after hour after hour. Plus, like I said, that wasn't even errand time. You know, it just shows you we control what she talks about whenever we want to. But again, who cares? She'll do another 7 hours today. No one's gonna give a shit. No one can watch it. It's so dull. Let me tell you, it's gonna be exactly part five or whatever it is. It's gonna be exactly like four, three, two, and one. It's a fantastic thing for those who cannot get to sleep. Um, but outside of it being of us being a sleep aid, I don't know what you would ever be there for. Um, oh, me again! I can't wait. It's gonna be so much fun. Nubbin, David. I'm gonna call him Nubbin. you know. Today he's going to the courthouse to try to get a continuance on another completely immaterial, 100% 100% guaranteed fail pretrial motion. So he's just trying to push it and push it and push it. And you know what? At some point, judge is going to say no. But I love it because I hope it goes till December. It just means he has to keep the losers only anklet on, and that's just hard not to love. So Magnus, Magnus from Philly. It's not long, but it is thin. Yeah. I mean, the funny thing about Golf Pencil too, where he tries to act like a ladies' man, he has like 180% or more, okay, of every last issue that applies to erectile dysfunction. There is less than a 3% chance that thing could even get fully engorged, what, a half inch, quarter inch, half inch, somewhere in between there, you know. And I would imagine he could last at least 3, 4 seconds before dribbling on himself. And he probably wouldn't even know because he's busy pissing on his own nuts every day. Anyway, but Anna, you know what though? It's like it's really funny. I've noticed. Anna says I'm disappointed in some of the people who were cheering her on. I thought they were better people. Oh well. This is the internet, and parasocial, is what it is. And there are people, who hate men so much that they can't even be on the good side of this battle. They literally are willing to fight against the people they came here to uplift because they just hate men so much. It's gross, man. It's gross. Yeah, David says, Anna, be thankful they are showing you who they really are. And that is so true. That is so true. Um, hey, Jesper, so good to see you. My friend from Denmark. Turtleneck, a whole new day. Magnus is killing it. Northern girl. Okay, Eric. The words fully engorged wasn't on my bingo card for today. uh, uh, yeah, this is exactly right, Lori Marie. I love that Golf Pencil showed us what he is and exposed everyone else. That's why, it's wonderful. Nothing could have been better than him to befriend Garbanzo. That was the greatest thing. Just like, you know, once Booze Belly Belly found out she was persona non grata because she was willing to lie with the toad, narcissist, Nora the narcissist. You know, anyone who's a friend of hers now, it's wonderful. It completely shows where everything is and where it should be. And the scumbags that were always trying to hurt us, who now just fell in but shut their freaking mouths. Your haggis, crappers, and the rest of these peace POSs, Irish Mart, Scientology up north, all these total POSs. Guess what? They're all with themselves. They're all with the garbage. And you guys go ahead and protest Scientology however you want. We know who you are. And we don't think you're going to be around long. And if you are, great. And at the end of this year, maybe we get some of those planners down again or whatever. Great. But we don't care about you. And we're never going to work with you. Yeah, Anna says, you must be a pro Scientologist to go after Marilyn. Marilyn has done a lot for ex Scientologists and stood for them consistently, even though she got attacked for it. Absolutely. Um, I mean, Marilyn's comes from a situation that might be the one of the worst I've ever heard. I mean, forget what cult, any cult, pick a cult. Okay. Um, to have someone like her see the value in us and be willing to fight for us. I love her for it. It's wonderful. Just like you guys. Anthony, tell me, gas. Yep, yep. Over 2 years. Anna says, I have seen Marilyn support ex Scientologists. Yeah, she's amazing. Yeah, I'm ready for it, Joel, because they're there. They're there. Okay. Knarfster, I love you, Knarfster. They literally attack anyone who disagrees with them. Yeah, I mean, and she's so strong and so bubbly and so up, and you know, she's just a miracle. She shows you how good you can be coming from something like that. I mean, it's one of those stories that just makes you feel fantastic that it's possible, you know. And I hope we all do that somehow to the people that we connect with. I hope they go, and that's why the biggest blow we can deliver is having fun and doing things our way, living life, protesting the cult that tried to bury us and that left us for dead, and smiling and having a good day. Okay, and keeping that vibration high. You know, keeping that level we are at just a nice place. And we owe that to ourselves to do that, and that's what we're gonna do. Oh, PPG, so nice of you to be here. My baby says, Marilyn is love. She's given so many of us so much in this community. How dare nitwit poop on her name? Yeah, well, that's what narcissists do. And she's the biggest narcissist I've ever seen. Yeah, Constance June. To clarify, seeing some never ends like idiot from up north um, in um, Nora the Narcissist channel, thanking 86 for giving her money. You know, who thanks Osa? It's disgusting. So anyone who can hear my voice who is anti Scientology, make damn sure you just. I don't care if you sub unsub. I don't care. I care that you don't support those people. You know who they are. So then, if you do support them, great. I really don't care what anyone can do anything. But I'm just letting you know we have boundaries and we have discernment, and we're going to use it to make our lives very easy and fun and nice. And find the best sandwiches. Night Sky Fire, that's funny. Um, uh, uh, uh. Yeah, that's why I did the same exact thing, George, and I'm already bored. I called her a narcissist. She went completely Darvo yesterday, and now I can just repeat, cycle forever. Now I say whatever I want about her again. She's the world's biggest narcissist. Every last syllable that comes out of her D sucker is going to actually um, fall on deaf ears at this point because everyone knows it's Darvo. Anything she says is Darvo because I have labeled her the world's biggest narcissist. Anything you say means Darvo. Boom! Entertaining, huh? Wow, that's just so great. You guys want to see me do that hundreds of more times? Those cases were both dismissed, girl, because they're absolutely meaningless. 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 And you know what? Even to have an RO, let's just say, for instance, an RO was granted, and Nora the narcissist received the RO. She never intended, supposedly, to ever go to see him, ever. So that shouldn't matter. She has zero chance of opening up a daycare. Okay. Um, It doesn't come out. It's not even going to show on a criminal record, you loser, idiot, moron. It's going to be a civil matter. It's not even criminal, you idiot. So when someone runs a criminal background check, it doesn't come up. And she's unemployable. So it wouldn't have made any difference had she received it. She could have ignored the damn thing. Wouldn't even matter. It probably still wouldn't have even been granted, even if she ignored it. A judge is going to say, has she ever been anywhere near you? Does she even know where you live? No. Have you ever been near her? No. Then get the hell out of my court. You know, judges have massive latitude. Massive latitude. Okay? And they're not idiots. Joel McCoyne, I was right about Dustbin and some others. I have a feeling about three that will also do it. I hope I am wrong, but I don't think so. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Yeah, Lori Marie. I figured out Dustbin pretty early and stepped away after I had promoted him when he first appeared. I'm thrilled he is gone, as we all are. 100% liar, here to scam on Cheryl and sell really ugly t-shirts. Game over. And what's so funny is his sympathy tour. um, the only people who cared about him, our enemies, the people who tried to hurt us every day, that support him, he has no value now to them. Because he was only valuable as a door into us. So people like Two-Faced T could act like she's actually doing something anti-Scientology. Yeah, I'm working on December 5th and with Cheryl and Shithead and blah, 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 and Aaron and, you know. No, you're not. You're working with who you're supposed to work with. No receipts, Rika, Golf Pencil, Nora the Narcissist, Booze, Belly, and the rest of you Nimrods. Joe Dirt and the rest of you. Kiss my ass. Yeah, and we have the proof in his own words, Mayo. For those who don't know, we always have 100% proof. Okay? 100%. He was so excited, remember? I have the text. I could screenshot it. He was so excited when he found out that I had a girlfriend that he had to say it on my channel when I had never said it. Blurt out my personal info. So when I text him and go, why did you do that? You think I was waiting for you to release this information on my channel? That's why I didn't say anything, because I was waiting for you to do it? Why would you do that? Oh my God, no, I was so excited for you. No, he was excited that I was out of the picture and he was going bananas. He thought, oh my God, I got this now. He forgot he's married and that Cheryl has zero interest in him romantically, ever. Ever. Okay? Then when I'm back in the picture, I find out that I'm the luckiest man in the world, and Cheryl actually was interested in me. We hook up. Everyone, every last one of you says, congratulations, that's so awesome. I'm love to see you both happy. You're both great people. You deserve to be happy. All that kind of great stuff. That's all. We were just drowning in that wonderfulness, and thank you so much for that. He's the only person who didn't say congratulations or good job or well done or I'm so happy for you. He wouldn't even crack a smile on Poe's show and two other opportunities on other shows. Wouldn't even crack a smile, wouldn't even comment. So he probably told the people, because they all hate me anyway, because I've always put them on Front Street, all the POS people that are in his channel. And so, yeah, the hell with Raider, blah, 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 blah. And he's been hearing nothing but anti-us stuff from these idiots for many, many months now. Okay? Many, many months. and so he then went completely, he melted on the 5th. Now keep in mind, when he was trying to put stuff together, he was telling people, and word got back to Cheryl, he was telling people, don't tell Cheryl. So it would look like he had a lot to do with it and Cheryl didn't. He's not very smart, and he's just an incredible liar. It's all he does is lie. And then what did he say? He said, you got to pick a lane. But on the December 5th broadcast, a stream, he said, I guess I did. I remember he was pouting for 45 minutes, didn't even say a word. What a loser. And then he goes to the beach and he's pouting and he's like, I guess I don't have a score sheet. I don't know what to do. And then later he's like, I'm not in a cult. I do what I want. Well, which one is it, bozo? Because we told you who it was, who they were. You didn't care because it's the only support you have. People don't like you because you're a liar, okay? And they can smell it. And it all turned out true. When Joel McCoy can smell it, you know what I'm saying? The nicest man in the world knows your crap. You ain't fooling anybody, okay? And then he lies about every last thing. Aaron and Cheryl did their, literally texted him. I know Cheryl called, texted, and emailed him. Or at least called and texted and said, hey, call me. I don't care if all he got was one text or one call. It was call me, let's talk. He couldn't do that because he would have been fronted up on 10 different lies and then he wouldn't have been able to do his sympathy tour. You follow me? So he purposely did not get back to Cheryl or to Aaron ever to this day. But the entire time was saying, they pissed on me. And gave me, and set me packing. I'm not good enough for them. And he did all this with everybody. Okay? But we have email and text proof of from his own mouth. Okay, what actually is on his mind, what really disturbed him, and that's me and Cheryl. Can you imagine how disgusting that is? A married man who's supposedly our friend, and he's livid about the fact that he now has no chance ever. I mean, he never had one. It was literally beyond zero. It was way below zero. But I'm saying, at least mathematically, in the physical universe, did that opportunity still exist somehow? Sure. Just like you could win the lottery 6-7 times in a row. Okay? Not likely. Okay? So, but that's what he was disturbed about. That's why he hasn't been back, and that's why he won't get on we're welcome. We'll put him on a show anytime. We'll put we'll put him on a panel anytime. Okay, he doesn't want to be there because he knows no one ever pissed on him. No one. No one said a bad word about him. Nobody. And he would lie and say that to anyone who would listen, because that's the narrative from all those S-bags that support him, that I was telling him who could be in his chat, that I was telling him that. No, I wasn't. I never have told anybody. I just tell you what I'm going to do. And I'm nice enough to even give you the reason, because I don't have to. But I gave him the reason, and I said, it's tacit approval on my part, okay? Because I have blocked all these people, so I can't see them when I'm in your chat. And I would never go to a chat that had Haggis Basher and Irish Martin, these absolute POS S-bags, okay? Never. So it's like, that explains it. There were people who thought I was cool with certain people who were absolute dregs because they saw me in his absolute dregs chat, okay? And so they thought I was okay with them. They didn't know I couldn't see them. So I gave him the reason why. I never said you had to do it. I just said I'm not going to be there until those people are gone. If you don't care, I don't care. And we move on. I can support, I can literally protest Scientology forever and not have to do a damn thing with that guy. Who cares? What do I care? Plus, it wasn't like he ever protested anyway outside of the one at the show. I love that. And I told him this many times. I told him to his face. I really love that whole concert thing he was doing. I loved it. I love the fact that you have people on their way out, chilled out, normally happy. They're going to be a lot better off, receiving some kind of message at that point than they would at a lot of other points during the day. And I just thought that was great. And I love how it's just so irritating to, if Tom Cruise, the 1 or 2 days a decade, he probably is in that building. It would be funny if there was a concert going. Anyway, but I'm saying at the protest itself, he never did anything. He just sat there and looked at his chat and prayed that Aaron showed him, and then he had these stupid ideas. He wanted to actually bring his Fakakta shirts to the Superpower building. And then someone had to tell him, dummy, who are you going to sell those to? Sea Org members? The hell's wrong with you? And why would we sell your garbage? Everyone has their own store. Okay, you're here to protest. We're not here to figure out ways to move your merch, you loser. We don't care. We don't care if you're stuck with thousands of those shirts. Why would we care? Okay? Incredible. He tried to make it our problem to build his channel and move his merch. Otherwise, he wouldn't stick around and keep trying to scam on Cheryl. Hopefully, this saves his marriage. If it didn't destroy it, if his wife didn't find out, he's doing everything he can to scam on her. Hopefully, she doesn't find that out for his sake. I could care less. But now that he'll have nothing to do with anything, he has a lot more time he can actually spend on his real life. He said this was costing him too much anyway. He told me that. He talked my ear off. He said it was costing him too much to do this protesting. Because he has to spend over 11 cents in gasoline to get from his house to Flag. So I know it's a huge expense. Okay. And instead of taking orders for shirts and then turning them around, I could have helped him. If he would have told me, hey, I'm slow. Can I ask you something? I'd have said, sure. And he'd say, what do you think about this? Well, that's the worst idea I've ever heard. Nobody, and I mean nobody, in this day and age makes product in every different size and then hopes it moves. Okay? You make nothing but if you're going to pre-do something, you make 5 XLs and 5 double XLs. And that's it. And you pray the day comes you can get rid of them. And then everything else you make special order. Okay, so if he does find another thing he can scam onto and infiltrate, maybe he can use this to support himself. Okay, so now everyone knows this. So he has nowhere to go but to the same people who already don't like us. He told one of our friends, everything Cheryl wrote in text was in caps. She was yelling at me. Again, someone who's dim wouldn't realize that lie is not a good idea because we have the proof and nothing's in caps. You see, so when every word out of your mouth is a provable lie, it makes it really difficult to move forward with the people you supposedly befriended. Okay? And let alone how absolutely disgusting it is. Just disgusting it is. Okay? To be married and be like that is just vile. Ugh. And everyone saw it. Everybody saw it. Yep. Oh, you think it's because he turned down overtime? But that's stupid. That's his own idiocy. And why would you turn down overtime ever? Okay? And you know how embarrassed, like how bad I felt? I took him to dinner. Yeah, I took him to dinner, a nice dinner. He had 12 tacos, whatever it was, from an incredible taco truck. Oh my God, it was so good. He ate three of these kind, three of those kind, just bull. And you know what? You know what he's telling me? They don't have money for creamer. Just ask me, bro. We can go buy AM, PM, or whatever. Circle K, I'll pick you up some creamer, dude. What are you telling me for? What are you telling me for? Or at least that is what he said on one of his complaining streams. Yeah. All Cheryl said was, call me and let me know what's going on. He never called. Ever. Do you need more than a second to figure out why? Because then he couldn't say, they're pissing on me and blah, blah, blah. His sympathy tour would have ended before it started. But yeah, if you can't afford creamer and you're willing to tell me about it, take the overtime, you idiot. What a dumbass. He even got pissed at Aaron. Aaron was there for 3 hours and like 20 minutes on one stream because I was there on the stream. Driftwood goes, he gets there, and they're packing up. And he's like, why are you guys leaving? We've been here 3.5 hours, dude. What's wrong with you? I can't believe he's leaving. What? Yeah, he went to the protest, and you know what? He could have at any time said, Cheryl, can I talk to you? And just taken responsibility, say, hey, I'm sorry. I have a lot of pressure, this and that and the other, whatever. He could have said a million things. It would have been fine. Everything would have been fine. Okay. My baby's an amazingly loving and respectful and patient person. But you have to come correct, If you're going to shit talk her the whole time while you refuse to speak with her, yeah, it's probably not going to go well when you finally do reach her. Okay. But again, we'll be happy to show the proof if there's some reason we had to. Okay. I mean, rock solid proof. Not that we need it. It's already the most obvious thing in the world, but you know what I'm saying. Yeah, he kept saying over and over, woe is me. If they do, I do the best I can. He actually said this at the end of the stream. I do the best I can. And if that's not good enough for people, it's good enough for me. So I don't care. And then, sorry we couldn't build your channel and sell your Fakakta shirts, brother. Good luck. Constance says, I tried to support him every time I wanted to and tried to watch a stream. He was complaining about the Clearwater cruise, so I stopped. Yeah, of course. Anna from Canada. Exactly. He was there for like 5 minutes and left, then cried to pro Scientology chat. 100%. Blocked. He even blocked me, Cheryl. He blocked everybody. He blocked a girl. The nicest person this side of Joel McCain in the entire Western Hemisphere. He blocked a girl. He didn't want any of us getting the word out anywhere where it could be seen. Okay? Which wasn't a bad idea in his part to keep the sympathy tour going, because I would have crushed it anywhere that I saw his dumbass. But I don't even think he even said anything in public ever. It was all behind the scenes, just being a scumbag like he always is. Oh, I wish you the best of luck, Joel McCoy. I hope you do. I know you'll be wonderful on that show. Best vet clinic in the world. Yep. Yep. Constance June says at least 12 times he would do it while protesting when he walked away, always saying how much it cost him by supporting us. Yeah, unbelievable. What the hell does it cost you, dude? Nothing. 11 cents in gas. You were given the sign and you literally sit in a chair and look at your chat. You don't even hold a sign or do anything. He doesn't even hold a sign that says honk if it's a cult. Nothing. He just sits in there and then hopes that Aaron shows him because he's silly. He actually thought, I tried to help him with this, but he can't understand. He just can't. He thought like if Aaron could show him, anyone with subs, okay? It's possible to give someone else subs. But you can't. If I pleaded with everyone who ever liked me, please, 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 even if you've never said anything, you've never even said hi to me, if you dig me at all, go sub up to such and such. Okay? That's possible, but there's nothing I can say that would ever make those people watch again. That's on you. Okay? So when you can't get, when you only have 2,300 subs because you're a total loser, you know, you had 13,600 and only 2,200 are willing to follow you, 2,300. It's insane. It's incredible. Okay? So there's nothing anyone can do. You know, why do some people blow up and others don't? Because some people are entertaining and some people, you know, they like them, they understand them, they appreciate them, they you know, you name it. And other people they don't. It's been damn near 2 years I've been here, and it's been so long since Nora the Narcissist did anything remotely anti-Scientology. It's always to promote herself. Even the Fugazi Father's Day event, okay, where you know she was there looking her absolute worst, and she actually said she wanted to have maybe we should have a booth, meet a survivor. Only the biggest narcissist in the world would even think of that. She actually thought people would show up and need a line of people to meet a bloated, distended survivor. Okay, what are you talking about? No one cares. You're insane. Okay, most narcissistic comment of all times. And if she even says a syllable regarding this, Darvo. If she doesn't agree 100% with what I just said, Darvo. Lori Marie, Aaron is not responsible for making sure someone's channel is successful. So many blame him so wrong. Exactly. You know, it's like there's a lot of people that could have. Okay, if Dustbin would have been, let's say he was put in the position Natalie was in, right? He would have got 1,200 subs max. It just wouldn't change anything, regardless of the views. It doesn't change anything. Okay? It's like Golf Pencil can get 10,000 views and still lose 10 subs. It's amazing. No one cares. Because it's all OSA smoke and mirrors, man. Um, and it burns their ass. Like how the hell can Raider, get 6.1 million views, almost 6.2 million views? My channel's had more views than all of theirs combined, over and over again. Okay? Well, anyone could do that except you guys. Okay? But I had a reason to do it. I wouldn't do it the way I did it if I was trying to get super chats, or I would separate them, right? So it's like, but I didn't care about that. My whole point of my channel is people can have fun, and through my cats, through my content, my entertainment, through anything, through old protests. You can just look at the thumbnails. You can click my about, anything, and you know my stance on Scientology. I'm good. Booyah. I'm good. Okay? That's all it is me doing, and keep in mind, the last thing I ever did on the internet was MySpace. Okay? Okay? And if I want to get 100,000 views, I can do it anytime. I know how to do it. Okay? She can't do it ever. I could have 20,000 subs just like Raider. Prove it. Idiot. She put Epstein in capital letters and Trump in capital letters and someone else and 9 exclamation points, got less than 250 views. You're an imbecile. Oh, I hope they're getting a deal on you. I'm sure you work cheap as hell. Roxy has more views. Yeah, I got 150 protests, and I was willing to put in 200, to put probably 300 hours in to get the views I got. Okay? But I have to go places and do things to know it's going to be successful because I want to give people something they want to see. Right? Looking at, an eyesore, a narcissistic eyesore, of course you're not going to go anywhere. Oh, Anna, I want a hug. Anna said Eric earned his channel with 80,000 staples placed, telling his story, being kind to his chat, and making them feel included. Oh, I love you, Anna. And Constance, thank you guys. A girl, Eric is an uplifting person. Go back. He super chatted, bought memberships, shouted them out, love stormed them, and all we got was attacked. When he defended himself, he got deserted. Love you, A girl. That's exactly. How can you put it any better? Oh my God. Jesper, MySpace and pop-up ads, baby. Oh, Lori Marie. In all fairness, Anna was also his beach walks and the food. We got lucky with the dolphins too. Remember, they were following us around. That was mad crazy. That was crazy. Eric meeting Mitch is one of my fave streams of all times. Oh, thank you, Anna. Can we get 1,000,000 hearts for Anna? She's so amazing. Um, oh, hey, girl, that's so true. I forget that myself. This movement is part of his life. He came out on Easter Day to thank people. To thank people. Night Sky, we're here for the pastrami. That damn soup was so good. I don't understand why that matzo ball soup broth was so good. I could have drank a big gulp just of the broth. I mean, it was delicious. Uh, oh yeah, I can find it for I can yeah, I mean I have everything I've ever done. The reason I had to actually remove a bunch of stuff from the beginning is because it shows me back before I knew who the grifters were and all the scammers and for the for hire idiots, which were damn near everybody, okay? And all the bad actors, including Golf Pencil. Once we found out who they were, I mean, now it's cake, you know. Now we know who the pro Scientologists, are the bad actors. Constance. It is funny. Mitch pulled out the I worked at Gold Base Golden Arrow production card. Yeah, that was amazing. I had no idea who he is, and Never in Aaron was actually filming me, where I'm normally doing it myself, and putting the tripod and he was actually filming. So it's really obvious someone's filming me, and it's obvious what we're doing because you can see by the last 700 flyers I just put up. So he knew exactly what's going on. So he walks up and goes, "Hey," so of course the first thing you're going to do is look. "Are you filming me?" "What can I do for you?" "Don't film me." "Well, then get out of the freaking frame." I mean, this guy's an idiot. He thought I'm going to do what he says. He's nuts. Okay. And then he goes, like, "Do you know who I am?" You pull one of those deals. No clue who you are. He's like, "I'm Fitch Lisker from whatever." I'm like, "Oh, so, okay. F I care." And then he goes, "I was at Gold for 30 years." And instantaneously, without thinking about it, the only reaction I have is, "I'm so sorry." Like, that's horrible. I didn't know that was a flex. That's a flex. It's mind boggling. And then he's like, "You can't show me. Osa's trying to find me. That's why I moved to North Hollywood. So Osa would know I'm here in North Hollywood next to this building, next to the, the U-Haul. They can't know I live across the street from the U-Haul." The most fascinating stop and chat I've ever had. And we just moved on. Fuck out of here. I do remember Aaron cracking up, though. I knew nothing about the guy. Oh, Jersey Jan sends matzo ball soup? Yummy. D, the love of this community is so deep for you. Yep, thank you so much. You guys are incredible. I love you guys so much. Um, yeah, we did, Constance. We did not even see Mitch in the stream until he came up to Eric and told him not to film him. That's so funny. Hey, remember that's how we started. Hey, like That's the worst thing you could ever do if you want to make sure you're not filmed. Hey! Yeah, are you filming me? Thank you, Phoenix Book Girl. Yeah, he did not want Osa to know where he lived, Constance. I guarantee Osa already knows where he lives, of course. It was ridiculous. And they couldn't care less. Yeah, you can see him looking at what waiting further back into this. It's so funny. Smitch Whisker. Fitch Lisker. I didn't even know what he said. I'm like, wow. Yeah, like he was like, but I think you got my dog. He didn't he say that I think we filmed his dog, and so because you know how I always like we like to film dogs. He's like, but they'll know my dog or something. I forget. I was so blown away, and he couldn't have. By the way, he couldn't have been more rude about it because you know it's not what you say, it's how you say it, right? So if you're like, hey, like that already has me just middle fingering you right now, right? So if you can't figure out a better way to open up a conversation, but he's like, hey, and then who I am, but none of it was nice. Like none of it would be the way you would talk to someone if you wanted something good to come of it. It was just funny. You know what, Northern Girl, that's a great idea. And keep in mind, you guys are absolutely right. I need to go back into those streams and make a bunch of shorts. God, you guys are genius. I forgot all about that. Because this way I can show a lot of the good stuff in those streams without giving any shine or making people think I'm okay with people who we now know are lower than alligator pee. Okay. That's a great idea, though. I forgot all about that. Yeah, it couldn't have been Mitch Grifter. That's so obvious, but it's hysterically funny. That fits perfectly. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh my God, 2 hours. I'm sorry, guys. I don't ever mean to keep you this long. I'm sorry about that. Um, Good God. Okay. It was like 1 hour. I'm having so much fun with you guys. It was like an hour and 10 minutes I last checked, and now it's 2 hours and 4 minutes. Eesh, sorry about that. Snitch grifter. Snitch grifter. That's hysterical. Oh, that's so funny. All right, guys. I'm gonna let you guys go. So again, we're in a fantastic place. I don't care whatever she does is meaningless. Just like, the only reason, like I said anything, I knew I had to because of that OSA deal, right? I wanted to make it absolutely clear to you guys. Nobody who's anti-Scientology in any way, shape, or form, okay, isn't 100% aware that every last word in any of that OSA stuff, any of those hate videos is 100% fugazi, okay, and scripted. She's well aware of that, okay? And she tried to promote it as real, to put it on Front Street and use it to harm him. There's no road back from that. There is no road back from that. She is pro Scientology, and so is anyone who would have anything to do with her. They could put it any other way they want to, but that's the facts. Okay? They can make as many meaningless phone calls to whoever they please. Those are the facts. So that's what was important. The fact that I had some fun, virtually slapping her around, showing just how incredibly witless and easy she is to manipulate any way I feel, anytime I want. Okay, so we've shown that. Okay, but there is no other reason to speak on her. Who cares? And I don't care if she, it doesn't matter how you work this. You can try to get, she has nothing to say. So she has to, like I said, she has no show if she doesn't talk about us. She has to use our chat. She has to use our, you know, literally just reading line by line. Talk about nothing to do. And that's not entertaining for anybody, even for the slow-witted D-bags. People who seek chaos can find it, and it's exciting. There are a lot of channels on YouTube where there's actually exciting, crazy chaos, and they will find those channels. Okay, so yeah. So tomorrow, I won't be seeing you guys tomorrow. I don't think it's possible. I might still be able to do it. I might be a little late, whatever. I still might be able to do it. But if I miss you guys tomorrow, you know why. And I might even miss you on Friday until the actual, I'm on Cheryl time starting tomorrow. So, you'll obviously see me at all the protests we're gonna do. Okay. But I might suspend our morning show. Who knows? Or maybe I'll do one or two with her or something. I don't know. But I'm on Cheryl time starting tomorrow. Northern girl, only 2 hours, Eric. You have at least 3 to 10 hours more to go by Nora the narcissist standards. That's so funny. Uh, oh, that's so funny. Oh yeah, and everybody, can you please say happy birthday to A girl right now, in case I don't have a show tomorrow, because her birthday's tomorrow, and she's the greatest person ever. So please, please, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. Mm. A girl's turning 26 tomorrow. The big 2-6. Hey girl, I was trying to help. Hi, Kanani. Oh, thank you guys. 26. Hi, Buddies Beaches. Lori Murray, hang on tight. 50 is when it all goes to hell. That's hysterical. All right, guys, you all have a wonderful, safe day, and I am in such a good mood. Things are exactly where they're supposed to be, and those idiots have zero they can do about it. So it's all good, and we will see you soon. Until next time.